And welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be testing what is the best rally car at rallying in Grand Theft Auto Online. I know that sounds pretty common sense to test, but a lot of the times what YouTubers will find out when it comes to lap time and handling and top speed of vehicles, specifically these four in front of you, they will usually go to a normal test track on the road to see how they handle, when these cars are specifically designed to be driving on the dirt track. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing on Raton Canyon. I kind of have the course mapped out on what I'm going to do. Right at where we have all the cars lined up, we're going to start. We're going to go all the way down this road, all the way to the end. Then we're going to take a turn to the right, all the way back to our spawn, basically, where we started, and when we hit this spot, we're going to call it the finish line. So we're basically going from start to finish, and we'll see which of these cars does the best. I think this will be really fun. If you want my opinion on which of these is going to do the best, I think it's going to be the Flash. This is just the fastest out of the bunch, but I do know that the Flash's handling is kind of mediocre when it comes to rallying, so I guess we're going to find out. Let's start off with the Omnis and make our way down. Now, the Omnis is a really fun vehicle. It is an Audi Quattro in real life, which was like the king of rallying when it was first created, and actually one of its biggest rivals was the Lancia Stratos, which is the Tropos rally we're also going to be using. So I'm just going to start my stopwatch and let's see how this car does. I am definitely rooting for the Omnis to do well because I really like this car. I think it's a fun vehicle. It looks awesome, and it's got some pretty good handling. It sticks to the dirt really, really well, and you can see that here. No real problems when it comes to, flipping or anything like that. It's a very small wheelbase. It's quite a small vehicle in general, so it's really good for turning radius, everything like that. Super, super smart design. So let's keep going here. Now, I'm not going to take the ramp, even though it's tempting. I think it's more fair if we use every vehicle on the same exact location and don't take the ramp. So let's keep on going through here. Now, I will be counting crashes in this because that does have to do with handling. If it's my fault and we crash, yeah, but if it's the vehicle just losing control because of the track I'm driving on, then I'm going to count that in the overall time lost because it would make sense that the vehicle's handling does affect it overall. So let's keep on going. Try not to crash into the motorbikes. Okay, all good. We're at about 1 minute and 3 seconds so far on the clock, and we've cut just about halfway of the course down. Not too bad. I have to say the Omnis is handling very, very well. You have to realize that top speed is not really important when it comes to rallying because it's more important how long you can press the gas and as well how good your acceleration is. You can see here the Omnis just has no problems whatsoever sticking to the track, which is an absolute win for the vehicle. Very easily so far. And I don't even have off-road tires on my one Omnis here, so it's still doing very well. I don't think off-road tires actually make too much of a difference when it comes to handling for the rally cars on or off-road. Sorry about your family there, ma'am. You're not going to have a husband tonight, but let's keep on going. Alright, we're all good. Let's take the lower out because it is a bit smoother. And yeah, this is just very, very easy so far. No problems here. Ooh, a little bit loose there, but nothing that was really to worry about. Now, this part up here can be a bit sketchy because this is very, very bumpy. And if you're in a vehicle that does not have good suspension, like the Flash GT we might encounter with, it can be a bit tricky, but overall, I've got to say, the Omnis is actually, it surprised me how well the Omnis did here. I mean, this was a very, very clean and cut course. Now we're just going to drive it back to where the cars were, and I'll stop the stopwatch there. So we'll drive it all the way back around, and we'll call it a day. So here we are, keep on going, and stop here. So just about a 2 minute 32 second lap, I'll say. It's 2:33 on the stopwatch, but I know that I had a second late on whatever, so I'm going to say about a 2:32. That is not a bad lap to what I would guess, because the car felt really, really good overall on handling, and really everything in that category. So now that we've done that lap, let's test out the Flash GT. And in 3, 2, 1, go! Let's see how the Flash does. So I gotta keep a 2:32 in mind while we're doing this lap. Now, I can definitely tell you the Flash is a lot faster. I think this is based off a Ford, maybe RS Focus or something like that, Focus RS. I guess somebody will let me know in the comments, because you guys usually know these things, but there is a problem with the speed, and that is definitely the handling. I can tell you for a fact this vehicle handles a lot worse than the Omnis. I mean, you can see that here. It's got so much speed that you're not able to control it nearly as well in the corners, which will affect your overall laps. Oh! Okay, now, as I said, I still think this will be the fastest, but it's definitely not the most pleasurable to drive. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm telling you, this thing is painful to drive. And this has the exact same wheels that the Omnis had, so it's a pretty fair comparison, to be honest. Now, that was a little bit of a weird spot there. Oh, almost just went off the road because of that quad bike, but yeah, that was weird back there. We kind of, like, grinded on that rail, but we're good. We're still driving fine. I don't think we've actually lost any time, even though we've had a couple of weird things happening. This is where we're able to use that speed, though. We're able to go all the way down here, full speed, and then slow down, obviously, here, because, once again, the handling is not nearly as good. Also, you'll notice this car has the tendency to flip a lot more than the Omnis. I'm not sure if it's because it's taller, but the wheelbase is not very long, so I'm not really sure why it's really wanting to flip when we go around some corners. I think it's because the suspension is a lot stiffer, which is actually worse when it comes to this type of handling, because when you got really stiff suspension, it means that if you hit a bump or something like that, anything that's really hard on the vehicle, it's going to bottom out and possibly flip. So that's really the best way to think about it. But either way, doing fine so far. We're still going strong, and let me put on the brakes here so I can get around this corner. Okay, all good, all good. Oh god, okay, we're good. I thought I was going to flip the vehicle there and right up that wall, but we're doing fine. I'm going to full speed up this. It's a bit tricky, but nothing like... Oh, no! Handling, you let me down. Go, 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 go! That didn't lose us too much time, I don't think. Maybe only a second or two, but it definitely did lose us time. But I got to blame the car for that one. It's bottomed out, and because of that, it spun out. So let's get around this corner here, keep going, and let's see what we finish off with. Right now I'm at a 2:23, keep on going, and done. 2:29.66 or something around that is what I'll have on the screen. So not actually bad, but pretty dang similar to the Omnis. Now, to be fair, I could have definitely done a better lap, probably if I had off-road tires on this vehicle, same for the Omnis, but as well, I probably could have done a better lap if I had driven a bit cleaner, so that is something to keep in mind. I could probably have shaved that down to about a 2:25, where the Omnis, it would have been hard to make a better lap. That was a pretty clean lap overall. When vehicles have such good handling, it is sometimes very hard to make the laps better. Now we move on to the Tropos Rallye. Now, I really like the Tropos Rallye. This is one of my favorite, I mean, literally favorite sports cars. Just the fact that it's got the pop-up headlights, the fact that it's super aerodynamic, and the fact that this is one of the only rear-wheel drive vehicles that has ever stood a chance at winning, and literally this did win the Rallying Championships, literally against the Audi Quattro. That is impressive. It's very, very impressive. So I like the Lancia Stratos. It is a very, very cool vehicle. The Delta's cool as well, but definitely not a Stratos. So let's just slow down a bit through here. I can definitely tell you the turning on the Stratos is a lot worse than the RS and as well the Omnis. I mean, its turning is bad, but it is very, very good at just sticking to the ground. So flipping, you're not going to have to worry about that. And losing control, this car really doesn't have that problem either. It's just the fact that, I mean, you can see this. You can't get around these corners because you got to slow down a lot. So I'm not sure how this vehicle's actually going to do. I think it'll do well. I think it should finish similar to the Omnis, but I don't really know. It's going to be faster on the way back because it's a lot straighter. So it might be able to get more speed on the straight than the Omnis will. I guess we're just going to have to find out. Right now, putting on those brakes, almost went off there, but we didn't, so we're all good. Let's keep on hugging this corner. There you go, all nice. But yeah, the problem is I don't really want to drift at this vehicle. The moment you start drifting on dirt is very, very sketchy. You can do it, but I just feel like I don't want to have the chance of going off or something like that. But you can see here I am full speeding with no problems whatsoever. I mean, the Tropos Rallye easily hugs the ground. Try not to get cops on me, so let's not run over a person. But yeah, the Tropos is incredibly good at sticking. It's super nice at that, and because of that, no bumps whatsoever. If you compare this back to the Flash GT, I mean, the Flash was boom, 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 boom. So very big difference in handling between these two vehicles, and you'll definitely notice that when driving them. But here we are. We're up to the straightaway here, and ooh, but once again, look at this. There's no bumps whatsoever when driving the Tropos, where, as I said, with the Flash GT, it's pain. It's a lot of pain. So it's two very different vehicles. Now that was a bit unfortunate. I'll just take like a second off our lap, or maybe even 2 seconds, because that really wasn't the Tropos' fault that we ended up flipping. But I think that was a really good lap overall, so I'm still going to count the lap. I'm just going to shrug off like 2 seconds from the finishing time. So 2:30, not bad. Finished just about the same as the Flash GT. Now, as I did say, the Flash GT could have done a bit better. So the Flash is still the fastest. This is definitely faster than the Omnis, though. It might be because this has off-road wheels and the Omnis doesn't, but I can tell you for a fact that this felt faster. It felt better on control. It is definitely a better vehicle. The only difference is the Omnis is all-wheel drive, so you don't really need to worry about spinning out or flipping. We did notice that. So now we have a vehicle that's kind of weird. This is the GB200 based off the Ford RS200. It's an awesome looking vehicle. The headlights on the front are awesome. I love the spoiler design, but it's also a car that I don't know too much about when it comes to its rallying, handling, and performance. What I can say is, just from that first corner there, it feels very loose in the back end. A lot more loose than a vehicle like even the Flash GT. Now, I guess that is a cool, unique quirk about the vehicle. Oh, wow, yeah, that's quite loose. I'm going to go back to the start. I gotta be honest, this will be my third attempt now with the GB200 on setting a lap. I haven't made it very far, just because this vehicle's handling is, quite simply put, bad. It likes to spin out, which is not good for a rally car. You're trying to give it power in these corners, you're trying to get around them fast, and when you're driving a vehicle like this that either likes to flip or likes to lose its grip around the corners, it's very weird. You'll notice that while I'm driving this car, it's got really good grip, and then it suddenly has really bad grip. It's also not the best on its flipping capabilities, which is weird. It's a very low-down vehicle, but oh, you can see it right here. I'm counting that. That's the vehicle's fault it flipped there. That's in fact the second time it flipped. I gave it a free chance and restarted, not counting the first time, but oh my god, you can see it really tries to flip when you're going around corners fast, which none of the other vehicles did. I mean, it was a little bit in the Flash GT, but it wasn't anything that was uncontrollable. This car, if you just go around corners too fast, you are really going to be worrying about flipping. So yeah, that's a big thing you got to keep in mind. Now when it comes to speed and handling overall, it's not too bad. I mean, once you get used to it, it's very controllable. And the vehicle seems fast, but it seems also pretty similar to the rest of the cars. So I guess we'll find out once we have the final lap time. But for now, it seems pretty average, gotta be honest. There's nothing incredibly good or bad about the vehicle's handling to put out about noteworthy. Let's just keep going. Oh god, you can see there again, it did a little bit of a spin out almost, so that is something you're gonna have to keep in mind with this car. Very janky on the handling, very janky. Alright, doing fine. Let's just cut through here. I slowed down a little bit just so we wouldn't flip or get any air there, and back on the gas. Now when it comes to grip, not bad, and when it comes to the suspension, also not bad. I mean, it's, oh my god, really. Well, I'm gonna keep on going. I mean, I'll shave off like 2 seconds from the final time, but I don't think it'll make a huge difference overall. But yeah, the vehicle's not bad when it comes to suspension. I mean, it's not great. It's a lot similar to the Flash GT, but it still is okay when it comes to the suspension. So let's get around this corner here. We're at 220 right now, actually. I'm very surprised, but I think this is gonna be right up there for lap time. And done. 227. And if we shave off about 2 seconds from that flip, wow, I did not expect, out of all the vehicles today, to be the fastest. I did not expect this to be the fastest. Honestly, if I had done a better lap with this vehicle, I probably would be able to do this faster than the Flash GT. That is very surprising. I'm honestly incredibly surprised with that. But hey, the more you know. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.